I actually forgot to test if my mic is working at the start of this stream. That's always a good time. Let me close my work chat. Don't want to do anything stupid. Okay, we are writing a text UI library at this current moment. Select, refresh. There we go. That is not the thumbnail I would have liked. That is good. That is great. That's yeah, perfect. Really. Make sure. Okay, you cannot hear if I start playing music. And I'm just gonna play some Bad Flower in my headphones. Okay. Right now, we are writing some constraints. Which constraints are going to be a named tuple. If I go to layouts, there's alignment. I feel like constraints should be in the same vein. So I'm actually going to move them there, and I will git rename. And honestly, constraints is a good name for it because alignment is kind of a constraint. We actually didn't do this right, actually. Okay. Oh god, I just wrote a bunch of JavaScript for work and I've already got this in my head wrong. Anyway, I'm also going to do a bunch of really dumb shit with borders. I'm going to make borders a containing widget because it's easier. It's easier to manage sizes if everything is the size it says it is, and if you want a border, you have to add a widget that says, hey, I have a border. Makes it a little less convenient to add a border, but the model itself makes a lot of sense. Okay, we'll height, and then we'll use multi-cursor magic and do this. Beautiful. Size constraints for a widget. Okay. Now, a widget can have a magical thing. Very little known. We are going to add another property called constraints. And then perfect. Right, here we go. I think that's no, an editor uses it, and so does a text board. It's beautiful. No complaints, no comments. Okay. Okay, back here, we add a new constraints thing here, and we need to add this to our slots, and this makes it nice in our IDE, even though this will never be added to the slots. It's all a lie. The meta class prevents it. So it doesn't actually matter. You don't have to add it to the slots, but it's, you know, kind of required. Anyway, I really hope this tea is good. Hot as balls. Who would have guessed? Tastes pretty good. I think it needs to steep for longer. Okay, so we can add a set of constraints. Self dot constraints. Yeah, let's have it instantiate a set of invalid constraints. Okay. And then we do a bunch of properties. Define min width, which is going to be an int. And then we will do return self dot underscore constraints. But actually we need to check if there's actually a valid constraint. Dot min width is less than 0. Then we need to return self dot width. And a similar pattern is true of everything else. Am I listening to the acoustic cover of... Yeah, I am. Okay, fuck boy. Here, beautiful song. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful is the wrong word for it. Perfect. You know what? No, I don't like this approach. I don't like what I'm doing because it implies some bad things. And will make things non-resizable. Instead, there should be a union with none. And that also makes everything, at least here, faster. Okay, beautiful. And then all of these set to none. Sorry about that. I thought my girlfriend was coming in here and I did not tell her I was streaming. Forgot to. So I also grabbed the honey. And to do that, I needed to turn the camera off because I don't have any pants on. I just got out of the shower and it is 9:30. Not putting on pants. Adding honey to my tea because I'm lazy and adding sugar takes effort and I have to bring out the whole bag of sugar Get a little like sugar dish, but shut up. Not bad. Okay, I know it can steep too long. I don't care. Not right now, at least. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So this should all be correct, and you shouldn't, or I guess you should be able to set it. I've also forgotten that if you add a child, self dot underscore dirty equals true. So you have to set things dirty because it'll tell if you've directly set, but it doesn't do such a great job for like reaching in and editing members or interstate. It doesn't do so good at that because I would have to hook on to every function call and check if internal state was my, or really I don't have to hook onto the function calls. I can use accessors, but then I have to reach in and add accessors to every bit of internal state. And I'm not doing that. It's like government overreach for programming. Doesn't make any sense. Don't think about it too hard. Okay. Size constraints. Removing a child also self dot underscore. So that sets setting the layout automatically sets this is dirty. Oh, Ellie, my favorite song. So you can't hear it. I can hear it. You can't. Sorry. These, I feel, should be here. Beautiful, really. And I don't think you should be able to, well, I guess you should be able to set these things, but I'd rather that you modify the constraints. So what we'll do is define, or at property, define constraints. And then I have to add a setter. What sucks is you can't have a set only property. Now, does that make any sense to ever have one? No. But to be fair, there's really no point in reaching in and grabbing the entire constraints object. Just sort of saying that. Because all I really want to do is make it so you don't have to do this. You know, realizing it's actually prettier to just do set constraints. Okay. Now, should I do a copy? Maybe. Will I do a copy? No. Not at all. Okay. So we can now set constraints. What do they do? I'll answer that question. Nothing. And there is the issue of cascading constraints, which is not fun, right? So if you have no minimum width, if self.constraints dot min width is none, then we need to say that the minimum widths combine. Probably. Is that how that works? Maybe. I believe. Yeah, I can do return sum, and it's beautiful. One line to do this. So I can do. Did it send me a? Okay. My back hurts so bad. I'm sitting badly, but sitting up is so tiring. Would also maybe help if I. Yeah, it's slightly better. Okay, sum. Child dot min width for child in children, or self dot children. And I guess this will never return none. No, yeah, it will. If child dot min width is not none. Perfect, beautiful. This is as many, if not more, lines after it did this than if I had done this the other way. I also haven't added padding or taken into account padding, but shh. We don't talk about padding. It's not in the room with us. It can't hurt us. Okay. So now we just set this like this, and then the next one. Right, beautiful. We've done it. The other issue, though, is this will always be 0 otherwise. So we have to do and length of self.children is greater than 0. And we have to add this on every other one here, because otherwise we'll have a very, very bad day where, again, we won't be able to assign sizes. Okay. This is going to be great. Now, let's see. Sorry, this tea isn't too bad. It's pretty good. It's not the best tea I've had. Maybe I need to That just ate the tea bag, actually. Who cares? The tea bags are fairly old, so I would not say that it's impossible, but they just aren't good anymore. Okay. So we need to get the child index for this to work. We have to rethink how we're doing sizes entirely. Sorry, I got distracted by the twink from Bad Flower. Sorry. I need my brain to actually do some thinking here. Okay, self.parent.children.index. And we will do child here. And our equivalence checks should be always instance checks, because everything's kind of dependent on specific instances being passed down, and checking that we're actually modifying the instances that we expect to modify, the things that are actually going to be drawn, not just duplicates of the things that could be drawn. You know what I mean? Okay. So we're going to calculate the amount of space that's already taken up by its previous widgets in this layout. And this is how we will calculate the remaining amount of space. So we need to sum up for I in self.parent, or no. We can just do this. So we do need if child IDX equals 0, we need a case for when we already have something, right? I'm realizing there's a difference between our preferred space that's taken up and the real space that's taken up. Right, but it'll always cut it no matter what, so we'll be fine, actually. We need to draw to a preferred amount of space and then just append it onto whatever, and any overflow is just cut off, so it doesn't matter. So if this here is the case, we need to return these values here. We're just gonna do that. And because of this, we can't actually do this thing where we split up the missing lines evenly and nicely, so and we need like a helper function in layout, and we'll do it up here. Define clamp size value, and we need to take in constraints, and You know what? No, we don't. I'm lazy. I don't want to think about the logistics. There's another way I could do it, but I want the function name to make sense. I will make the function when we come to it. Okay. So in this case, we need to do all this. And we need to do a minimum. So this will clamp our maximum is child dot maximum width, or in the case that it is null, or I do need to clamp properly. If child dot max width is none, child dot max width equals self dot width. But this only is true in this case. We don't want to do this, we want to do that here. And then else. No, oh my god, what key binding is that? Is that shift enter? I did not know control shift enter was a thing. That's really cool. Anyway, whoever added shift enters a keybind deserves to fucking die. Cool. And the reason I didn't just use or is because that will also work on the case of 0. I think. Like if I do Python and I go 0 or 1, it's gonna, yeah, so. That's not what we want. If it's 0, it should be 0. If the max is 0, that's correct. Okay, now we're gonna do our minimum value because we can. Whoops, because we can. And we need to do. Okay, you know what we are gonna do, because I don't hate myself. Because of how many of these I have to do, I'm not doing this the other way. You know, I never actually figured out if I can handle a none value. Maybe. That's the answer. Okay. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, really. Now we have to do the same thing with the height. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling that was the wrong. Sorry. Spotify played a random song I didn't ask for. That's fine. Okay. Beautiful. Gorgeous, even. Okay, for child in self.parent.children, and we're going to go up until our own index. Right? And once we hit our own index, we're fine. But we can do child dot, and then we want the but no, you see, we have to calculate their full height. We have to do the calculation for every element over and over and over again. That sucks. We could use a trick where they will be marked as dirty if they have not undergone a resize yet. No, we'll just be okay with the recursive algorithm call for every resize. We should have a resized flag, I'm thinking. Oh, I'm gonna add that to my dirty flag that I have. That could be cool, but I won't. Use self dot. Have to input this child value. Oh, I just realized this never says what it returns. That's just not accurate. Perfect. Okay, we have already taken we're gonna do this to get it to shut up so we can actually see where the errors are. Perfect. Okay. Dot width. Or no, height. Expected a Boolean. Thank you. Okay, we get the height from our previously calculated sizes. We sum them up, and then we have space left, and that is our is it our own height that yeah Yep. Okay. So we take our height, we subtract in the subtract out the already taken space. And now we can do this Or why don't I move this out here? What was I thinking? Oh, that's why I don't move that out there. Because those values are going to be very, very different in a moment. Okay. What do we got here? So instead of self.width, actually, these are fine to be moved. There, that removes a little bit of code duplication. Now, our max height, so we want our ideal height, which is the height that we are going to assign. Okay? And that's going to be that value there. And we're going to do ideal height. Is it going to format? That'd be so awesome. No, because there's a syntax error. Okay. So instead of our regular height, we have to use the amount of space that we have left divided by the number of children that we have left as well. We can't do it based on the number of total children. That's not right. So we have to do child IDX minus length. So we see how much space we could divide between each child evenly. Plus, and actually, we have this child IDX value, which we can also substitute in here beautifully. And this is the amount of lines that we have missing. But this number also changes. Because the amount of missing lines is just based on like, okay, this division doesn't happen cleanly. There's going to be a number of lines that we don't have. Let's find a way to divide these in a way that looks okay at smaller console sizes. How do we do that? Well, that's what this is for, and then this term here, which is basically saying every X number of things add an extra line. Basically, I'm half lying. Okay. Now this is our space left. And then this has to be based on, again, this number here, which is the amount of children that we have left to fit in that area. So this code ideally should do the exact same thing as before, unless a constraint is added. If it doesn't, then we're having a bad day. Essentially, I'm making it significantly less efficient to add a feature. Who would have guessed? Very common. But like mathematically just worse. Which is fine. I don't care. It, I think, ran in 0.3 milliseconds when I tried to, like, an average. That's an average. It's most of the time when it showed. Obviously, there are, like, points in time where that time between frames is higher. But because redraws don't happen unless they have to, and then where they have to, doesn't matter. And this resize code is only going to happen once per resize, so fine. Now, I could take advantage of the fact that I know that everything is resized in order, and so I know that the previous children are, I guess, properly taken care of, but, you know, That would make sense. And I can't do that. And also, it's not always true. You know what I mean? So, like, that's true in my idyllic case, but if I do anything that could unintentionally change the correctness, so it's not correct because it's correct, but it's correct under a certain set of assumptions, which makes it faster, but if those assumptions change, you're having a bad day. And I have a feeling those assumptions could change. Maybe would. Oh, damn, this song is playing in my headphones. This is really good. So, okay. The minimum height is going to be our ideal height if we don't have a minimum. And our maximum is also going to be our ideal height if we don't have a maximum. So, the question is, oh, because I'm in a random folder. I think I've done something very wrong. So either there's an infinite loop somewhere, or I messed up badly. Either way, I'm not liking that. We have a program that's a frame instead. And we will do program.handle event. And we'll have it handle this resize event, and then we'll have it draw. And then we'll have it actually output that to our console. I'm going to Control L here because it's being extremely asinine. So, whole lot of nothing. I have an idea because no, that's correct. Okay. Get the widths and heights of the children. Oh, wait, hey, there it is. Was I just blind? $53 and $11. And if I also print program.width, that looks fairly correct. Because we need a vertical layout to test this. Okay, so on the first one, it's correct. But on the first one, I see. it's not supposed to take up the entire thing. Okay, so our vertical layout isn't doing resizing properly. It's fucking up in here. Hold on. It would help if I did this. That's not gonna fix it. Right, that first item taking up the whole area is this thing's problem. Because our minimum height shouldn't be the height. What we should do is what we did here, which is calculate an ideal height. That's what it should be. Both of them should be that. Okay, so our ideal height is this number. And should be, should be good there. Okay. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Absolutely lovely. Loving it. We're going to go back to widget. And we are going to add in constraints. Or, you know, these are tuples. So actually this works very well. And we have to, if we want it to look pretty, we have to duplicate it, throw it everywhere, through all of time. Now, you may think, why can't I just use quarks? Shut up. That's why. Good argument, I know. No, but really, I just want it to look pretty. So I'm doing the extra work to make it look pretty. If these get out of sync, it's not good, for sure. But I want my IDE to like me. That's it. Okay. Now we can do constraints equals constraints. And you know, I'm thinking this, all of these should have a default value of none. So let's do that because I objectively believe this is nicer. Now, again, tuples are non-mutable, so it doesn't matter if this is the same tuple instance, because if you change it, it's not going to affect anything else. So I don't see, this is what happens when you're too good at programming, is your IDE shuts down probably have to restart the highlighting server, or the language server, really. But I won't. Okay, constraints. And then what this lets us do is only worry about the one that we actually care about. So let's say we want the minimum height to equal 8. That's a little less ludicrous. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Absolutely zero complaints. Now if I shrink it, run it, not enough space for everything else. It's beautiful. Now I'm gonna do something really, really bad, really, really weird, for no reason. And this is going to be the maximum width is equal to 25. And this should yield some really, really funny results. Huh? That tells me something. Something important. What exactly? What it's telling me is that I'm doing these in the reverse order. No, it's not. It's not. Of course it's not that simple. Okay. Utility function, right here. It's going in here. Define clamp value, which has a minimum int, max int, or none. Both of these are or none. And then fallback. Or I guess ideal value, which has to be a number. And then it will always return a number. Always. Okay. If the minimum is none. That's name shadowing. I don't know if I was going to copy that. That just didn't make sense. Oh, you know what? I totally knew what I was doing. Shh. Okay. The minimum value is none. And this is so shit. Okay. The minimum value is none, and the maximum value is not none. Okay. Then, you know what? Let's use a match min value, max value, case, none, none. Then we just return our ideal value. Because no matter what, we just use our ideal value. If it's a case of no minimum value and a max value, or, okay, I don't actually need to bind this. Then we are going to return the minimum between our ideal value and our max value, which, yeah, should be correct. Now, if it's a case of having a minimum value and a maximum value, This is so fucking shit. This should be in the utils module. Layout utils.py actually is where I will... Wait, what am I doing? Just put this in constraints, stupid. It's a utility for a constraint. Just put it right there. Okay. Better. Okay, we get the maximum value between this and the minimum value. Now, in the case where we have both, then we return the min, max, min value. And then we do... It's beautiful. Fuck, what is wrong with this? Missing return statement. I've gone through every possibility. Fuck off. This is every case. No, it's not. Because the refinement applies to the capture. Of course it does. Fucking hell. Of course the refinement only applies to the capture. That's... Abby, you might be an idiot. Little known fact. These both need to be known to be integers. Okay, that really is the ideal case. But whatever. I'm not gonna argue. Okay. Okay, it's beautiful. Instead of doing all this shit. Instead of doing all that, okay. Clamp value. And then do self.width. Okay, and then, or okay, we do child dot max width. Now we have to importunate that, and we can also get rid of this, which only technically removes branching logic if you're an idiot. And luckily for me, beautifully so, I am. Okay, we're gonna clamp another set of values. And this time it'll be our ideal height. Okay, instead of width this time, we'll do height. beautiful about this is just that right there. It's beautiful. And now it's beautiful. Now the issue is we need a floating direction, and we also need an alignment. So our layout needs an alignment, or we need floating. Now, some might say that in this layout, floating is the same. And they're kind of right. But also, no, they're not, because I'm actually wrong, and I just realized that I'm wrong. Unless I'm right. So, oh, I realized it actually did text wrapping here because it was too small. Which is cool. I forgot I made labels do text wrapping. Label. We actually need to add something else. You know what? Nah, just text wrap as is and just stop caring. It'll be perfect. If you did it wrong, I feel like that's somewhat a you problem. I'm lying. I should do it the right way. 32 views. That's just not possible. 32 individual people would not come here. Okay. So this works fantastically. Now, we need to do this exact same thing, but with a horizontal layout. Now, this one is actually a little naive. Okay, our ideal width, and then we take our actual width. Oh, and then here we do the same. It's not missing lines. This is like missing columns. Okay, we need to import clamp value, obviously. And we're going to comment this out for now because it's not important. I'm not seeing anything else left to change. Now, should I test it? Yeah. Will I? No. Explode. Now, something I didn't account for is here. Now, realizing the layout resize needs to clamp too. And I will get to it. But first of all, do this. And then in here, we'll do calculate widget size of self.parent. Oh, but that doesn't. Which actually makes that redundant. And that redundant. Because in this layout, we're going to calculate the size the fancy way, which is to clamp it. Is it clamp value or clamp size? What did I, okay, clamp value. Okay. Perfect. Nothing bad could ever happen. Absolutely gorgeous shit. Okay. Now, I'm not seeing anything that could go wrong. Realizing this should be a fallback case, but I won't worry about it for now. Oh. This is bad. Fuck. Oh, no, it's not. No, okay, it is bad. Shit. I didn't change anything. It has to be here, because this is what changed. Do frames have different? No, frames have the same constraint. This is a height of 0? Oh. Did I? Didn't really think I did. No. Which means the case for this is wrong. $17. $0. If it's 0, you'd expect this wouldn't print. So it can't be 0. No, it would print because I'm not clamping it by its size. I'm clamping it by my expected terminal size. So it's me who's doing the math wrong when I ask for the image back. Makes sense. I didn't set the constraints. Because that's coming from somewhere different, isn't it? So I also have to print the name. No, but this only happens for... Did I do something stupid? No. I did not. Did I end up accidentally keeping some dumb code around? Yes. No, I didn't. Because it shouldn't do this for maximum sizes. That's what it is. Shouldn't do it for max heights. It should do it for minimum sizes, but not maximum sizes. There. Beautiful. Should be a get move, but it doesn't say it's a get move. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna add a new widget. We're gonna have it be called a bordered widget. So we're gonna do a class. We're just gonna call it border. And I guess we'll rename border. Make it a widget. And then this can't have, I guess it can have size constraints, but we're going to overwrite the properties, so it always returns the size constraint of a singular child, I guess. Or no, that doesn't make sense. So there will already be a property for children. We cannot override it because of the police sirens out of nowhere. Because of the way it is written into the code and because of the way it is programmatically generated instead of being manually created. And so it isn't a property, it's an accessor class instance. Interesting. Okay. That's fine. Yo, I'm streaming, by the way.
What?
Streaming, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Thought I'd let you know.
To who?
Just the internet.
Oh, the internet?
Yeah, the internet. You're so interested.
Hell yeah.
You just getting water?
Yep.
Okay. I love you.
Love you.
Okay. What is... Okay, I don't understand that comment, but we'll just... Okay. So, how do I want to do this? I could overwrite the functionality for adding things. Alternatively, I could just have it work like a bordered frame, which might be interesting. But the only difference here is the way it's going to handle the resize event, because it won't handle it like every other widget. So if I go into the widget here, and I go to handle event, where the hell is it? There it is. Also realizing, whoops, I just did not copy that correctly. That was an incredible fumble. It never propagates the events. So what I need to do is fix that, because that's not correct. So, okay, I guess a basic widget doesn't propagate events because I want the propagation to be handled by individual widgets. That's not correct. I might add a function for propagation, but either way. Okay, in here. And I need to do child.handle event for child in self.children. And this needs to happen everywhere. Okay, so we have a resize event, we have a regular event. Very cool, very awesome. Perfect, beautiful. So, but for this resize, I need to modify the event. So, for any of these, I need to have modified event equals, and I don't want to modify the original event. I want to create a new resize event with the event width minus, and then we're gonna have a couple dirty properties here, which just means they cause a redraw. We're also gonna use slots because I like at least having a modicum of performance. Okay, so damn, this song is actually really good. I keep forgetting. That is not the volume. That is the timeline. Perfect. Okay, we need to have show left as a boolean, and this needs to be dirty. And we'll just import that from widget. Okay, and we'll do show right, show up, show down. Okay. show left, show right, show up, show down. Okay, perfect and beautiful there. So that should work. And do this instead of alignment. I feel like frames should have an alignment, and then modify the drawn buffer a little bit. No, they shouldn't. A layout should have an alignment, but I'm not going to. Really, I guess you could do sub layouts, and a centered layout could exist, but it's direction dependence that doesn't really work, does it? Okay. So there will be not really any of these, but there will be a lot of this. Show left, show right, show up. These automatically, I guess we should do this properly. Okay, perfect. We have to import constraints, and then we do. Why is Shift Enter a thing? Okay, how? I'm literally going to kill the nearest toddler I see. That's not what that does. That's not what that does. Interactive execute. Can I just disable it? No. Here, REPL execute. Okay, how do I know which one it is? Oh my god, I hate this editor so much. It's not interactive execute, but it is probably REPL execute. And then change by. See, what I want is for there to be nothing. Oh, I'm gonna kill a baby. Oh my god. Why? For what purpose? Oh, okay. Wait. Execute with Shift Enter. That's a flag. Config. Is that settings? Oh my god. It's not even on. Oh my. So what the? What is this? It's these. Okay. Send to native REPL. So now, it. What the? Jesus Christ. It, are you serious? Oh. Here. Finally. I'm rid of that curse. Jesus Christ. Okay, the modified event minus show left plus, or I guess I want to do this. Can I do this? Oh, God is good. Okay. Now, self dot show left. Wait a moment. Oh my gosh, you genius. Perfect. You know what? I'm realizing That should just be like that. Perfect. Now the modified event should be the one that's set. The resize event, if I'm understanding, has no reason why it should be sent. Because I'm a little slow. It'll be fine. Why would that do anything? Why did I do that? Okay. Now we need to change the way that this widget draws. So we want to actually change draw buffer. Okay. Oh, that is, oh, I can see too far to my left. Oh, hey. See, there's actually people in the chat. Cool. Okay. So when we draw to the buffer, we need to iterate over the lines of, actually we need to iterate over the lines of a couple things. We actually want the normal draw function, and then we want to run this. And we also need define draw buffer. Because we need a case where there's no layout. If there's no layout, it shouldn't draw. It shouldn't draw anything but the first item, actually. So what we need is we need this. So this is going to be a widget or none, and then we say if inner, then yeah, no, that'll work. We say if inner, then we do self dot add child inner, because if there's one element, it is easy to draw without a problem. We don't need a layout to draw a singular element. Okay. Cool, this should be easy. So our top line is it just a blank message, or is it failed to load? Oh, it's emoji. It just failed to load. Is that my roommate? Oh, they're up finally. Okay. So let's see. My brain is just not functioning at anywhere close to what someone would consider a regular capacity. Okay. So can I do that? Because, okay, thinking about it, right? do times 0? I can. No, this is perfect. Because then I can say the bottom line. Okay, so then times, now technically this is some slightly wasted computation. And to that I say, shut the fuck up. Okay? Okay, self dot width. And we need to use the ANSI line drawing stuffs, which I actually have no idea what I have open. Some of this is work stuff now that I'm remembering, so I'm going to pull this off to the side because it has like my Outlook and then the GitLab repository for my job. Not ideal. Where are those? Yeah, there's Linux console stuff. Okay. There is a border drawing mode. I have to update my utils here. And I'll use not in, because there's actually a couple different values for this to be. This is weird. Hello there. I'm streaming, by the way. I don't know. I can stop if you need, or like I can turn the thing on for a second. What?
Could you mute real quick?
I can do that. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. My girlfriend has her computer in our bedroom, and my roommate has their computer in their bedroom. And so mine is in a common area, mainly because that actually makes me more committed to doing my job, because I work from home. I kind of hate working from home because you don't get that work-life separation. But I also have really bad ADHD, so I have to feel pressured to do it. Has to be like that. No other way. Okay. So there's this. Yeah, okay, this should work. I should add border color. I'm not, for the time being. I also need to add background color to all widgets now that I'm thinking about it. So, but again, I haven't really thought about color. Not a good joke to make, don't do that. Sorry. To remind myself sometimes. So I also have to in here, no, here I have to do some fancier ones. Line drawing mode. And I know this is longer than the actual control code is, but politely, shut up. Cool. is an exit. Now the cool thing is this will mostly work correctly. I do need to, in my anti-detection here, if text dot starts with and I do this, then I need to return 3. Because this is a special case, because usually it's kind of like a function mode type deal, right? Where everything has a function. This isn't like that for some reason. Probably because it's not an invisible character, it's a drawing mode. No, that is an invisible character. What am I talking about? I don't know. Okay. So we're going to do this. Or no, we're not. Enter line drawing mode. What do I have a feeling I didn't do this right? No, I did. But I do need to do this. And in here, beautiful. Okay. We have to import it. And then I need all the fancy line drawing stuff. So where is it? By the way, I'm looking in the Windows. Actually, is line drawing, are the line drawing ANSI codes universal? ANSI line drawing mode. Is that supported on Linux? Oh my god, just load. Are corners automatically done? Please tell me they are. I'm just gonna hope this is fine. I also need to define a border style. I feel like I shouldn't use line drawing mode. I should forgo it. There's just a couple issues I don't like. I need it to be able to combine. That's. So we're dealing with characters. You actually have to worry about the borders between characters, which isn't that awesome at all. Oh, okay. That's a. I don't know why that tripped me up. So there's a vertical bar. I don't want a vertical bar. If I draw the character directly, then things are easy. I'm trying to think about what I do. So I can have like a post-processing bit for borders if I want, that combines borders to make corners essentially. It is harder if I use line drawing mode. Yeah, we're not using line drawing mode, and we'll add a post process for borders, which sucks. Okay, that was a really uncomfortable way to sit. I don't know why I did that. We will go and get an ANSI table and hope that, not ANSI table, ASCII table. Jesus. Is it this one? Please be this one. Well, that one takes years to load. Is it this one? It is not this one. It is kind of this one. I see. That's not good. Do I have to use line drawing mode to get it to show up accurately across all systems regardless of... I do. When I thought it could be simple, it can't. That's fine. I'll go back to the Windows documentation because I do trust that it's just implementing the ANSI standard. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I have a question. You can change the window width. That's cool. Here we go. That is not helpful. Here's the oh no, here it is. I'm an idiot and interpreted a corner as a as a J. Fucking hell. Okay. I need a Q. And it looks like there's only that sucks. There's only one width like style here. That sucks. Okay, the bottom line is the same thing. Okay, except showed down. Okay, now for line in self.view.lines, and really let's now Now, I could do a weird thing with some callbacks and passing functions, but that's not as nicely supported in Python. But it would be cool. It would actually be very nice and very useful to allow you to do more stuff. But Python doesn't like it. Okay. Self.view.lines. And no, I guess it doesn't matter if the item is passed by copy or by reference, because no matter what, its copy is the reference. And in the strings case, because they're immutable, it doesn't matter. They're as immutable as integers are. Cool. Okay, this is fine. So I was thinking about the memory implications of doing it this way, and then realized it doesn't matter. Okay. So, cool thing is self.showLeft. Do this. Now we're not going to worry about corners, because a corner should be drawn on the top and bottom line, in all honesty. Why are there so many for the same symbol? Oh, is that double width? Oh, it's not. Oh, no, I'm just... Jesus, I'm blind. Okay. I think if I use an F string, it might do better at creating this string, but I could be very well lying. I just foresee that there could be optimizations that the Python compiler actually makes. Yes, I said compiler. I know I did, and that's actually technically correct, so shut up. Okay, let's add the corner characters. So do this. Does that specifically stop you from doing plus plus? Plus plus is a symbol in Python. That doesn't make sense. No, it's not. Or it is, but it's not. It's this. That's so stupid. Why have it highlight differently? That isn't... No, yeah, I'm not even going to worry about the implications. That doesn't matter. Okay, we need... Is it an L or an I? I think that's an L. The eternal question in life is whether or not what you're looking at is an I or an L. It's a question that forever recurs. We have to make this philosophical. Shut the fuck up. Okay. I put 0. Should be C. And then we do our top line plus, no we don't. We don't return because that's not how this works. And realizing I can do something magical. No, this is better. But I could have this do it in one go. Oh, I'm a genius. Okay. Now we do for line in self.view.lines. Oh, I'm a genius. It doesn't have to create multiple arrays. It just creates one. It's beautiful. And then you just use an iterator, which it would have done anyway. We just unpack the iterator. It's beautiful. Okay. No, there's no better way to do that, I think. No, there's no better way. Well, technically there is, but shut up. Okay. Forgot. This needs to do if self.children, the length of it, is greater than 0, or greater than 1, just return. And then otherwise, we do self.children 0 dot draw. So we have to draw first. Then we can do the rest of this. And then we need to do this, but we also always have to run this. And we also have to say if not self.dirty, just we don't need to redraw at all, ever. Okay, first off, I don't need to run the program. I haven't done anything. I haven't used this. So what we'll do is we'll give this a border. This should automatically work. I keep doing that. Oh no. That was bad. Really, really bad. I know why. It's so bad. I think. No, okay, I'm wrong. I don't know why. Entering line drawing mode should not do this. we do have to self.children0.view equals, or dot lines there, dot to normalized, and we have to normalize it to its own width and height, because it doesn't know to automatically do that. And it's the responsibility of the drawer to do that. I forgot these are reversed here because reasons. I know I'm the one that made the decisions, but sure. Okay, let's see how long this takes. Ugh. I actually don't know why this would take so long. Is it this guy? I don't even know why my chart did that. Research the view, which is fine. Keyboard interrupt. This is... No, there's no way this runs infinitely. No shot. It wasn't in this function before. Why is it taking so long? Just because I added this doesn't make sense. There we go. And I need to... Wait. Sorry, jamming out. This doesn't occur here. Okay. I'm really trying to think. So there is an issue about the resizing here. I'll try to assign a larger size than is allowed. I have to run it a second time with the modified event. Alternatively, okay, what do I do? No. We create a new layout size. And instead of subtracting, we add. And then we pass the regular event. I don't understand where this is happening though. Not found in. Do this. This is in the bar frame. How are we in the bar frame? I'm just gonna name this fungus because I need a name. How are we in this frame for label 1? How did we get here? Oh, how what? My only guess is it is as a result of this code here somehow. No, because it's the actual local layout, not the global layout. But we're using self.getLayout. I don't want to use self.getLayout because that's not correct. No, that is correct. So it needs to handle the event. Oh, there's a conundrum there. it it needs a layout. So let's do this. Make it a little bit more obvious. So, you know what we... No, that's really stupid. Don't do that. Well... I have a dumb idea to make this work. Does handle resize actually return? No, doesn't. Oh, we should not be printing height there. What am I doing? And that, we shouldn't be printing that. Okay, well, in this calculate, we can do something stupid. Actually, I like that idea. If it doesn't have anything, actually, no. It should do this. Sure. It works. It's beautiful. Truly, honestly, I don't see any problems. I mean, it's gorgeous. Fuck. How did we even get double borders? No, like actually, how did we get double borders? I also forgot to add this, and also ick. There. Horizontal layout needs to do the same thing. Oh, clearing the console doesn't do it either. Shit. That's fine. It's beautiful just the way it is. Wait, does this work by just translating? By just adding? That's a dumb, stupid trick. But it makes sense. That explains why it would work on characters that aren't line drawing characters. Oh no, but it is. No, so it is a table. It is a table. Has to be a table, or I'm lying. Or it could be translated, but there's a range. Okay, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Clearly, I did something extraordinarily wrong. It's fine. It's fine. It's beautiful. Where am I? Where border? Okay. Here. You know, now that I have it, so if it doesn't have a layout, it still draws its children. Or sorry, it can still get the sizes of its children, let me say. I should make it so you can draw an arbitrary number of children. They will just be on top of each other. I actually need to have a no layout which basically draws everything to make it so it's not marked as dirty, and to have them in the cache. Like, they do get drawn, but again, they're just stacked, so it doesn't matter. You actually just pull the last one, and you get what it looks like. Or no, not even. You actually do have to stack them, now I'm thinking about it. So that poses some challenges, but that's really cool. Might do that. So exiting line drawing mode doesn't work, clearly, or I'm doing it wrong. Why does it do this? I'm gonna Jesus Christ, scared the hits off my ass.
That's
Okay.
my name. I'm Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's you. You're Jesus.
I'm Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah.
I've
No.
come to save your souls.
Okay.
You've been sinning, bitch.
Yeah.
Christ.
Constantly.
I'm gonna die now.
Oh, sorry. You gonna come
It's all
back in
your
3
fault.
days, or you for real this
I
time?
mean, like 3 days, 4 days, eventually.
Yeah. I mean, you might procrastinate a little.
Yeah.
Alright,
I
yeah.
got a little lazy.
No, happens to the
That's why
best
it
of
took
us.
so long this time.
That makes sense.
Works for a while.
We're still waiting for your second coming, but you just keep edging.
I did have a second coming. I made a guy shoot fingernails.
What?
And like, yeah, they started collecting my bones and shit. It was really weird. It was a horse race. Don't know what's up with that.
Are you talking about JoJo?
No.
No.
Totally not.
No.
Forget everything I said. Those are really big spoilers.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. We're gonna print. Oh no! Every time we get here, it is happening twice, which is objectively a bad thing. Oh god, I
I'm
forgot
gonna go sin now too.
Okay, have fun sinning.
I will.
Oh, I just realized my hair finally dried. Awesome. Okay. Why is this running twice? My only guess is that maybe for some reason what the fuck? Oh, because this only happens in a layout. This should happen regardless. Thinking about it. Yeah. So it'll draw over top. It'll overwrite the line instead of anything else. I should... but to do that, I would... No, I wouldn't. What am I talking about? Never mind. I'm so glad I didn't finish my thought because it was really stupid. Okay. Alright, this works, except for that the right side doesn't finish. Why? Oh, this would happen before this. This isn't correct. I love when IDE features are convenient until you need them to be off once. Okay, and you may think that this is going to result in short borders. Yes, but also no. Do I want oversized borders? You know what? Oh, this needs to be J. I think maybe I want a space character instead. Nothing should happen to a space character. You know what? Let's do it the silly, dumb, stupid, idiot way. I don't understand. This is the issue. No, sorry. This is the issue. Or, no, I guess this is. It's the detection of the... No, it's not. No, it's not. I know exactly what it is. I need to do that and cut it off. Or, okay. Realistically, I need to... Nope, I figured it out. I am an idiot. Scheiße. I do need to modify the event. So I do have to do that. And I need to lie to this at some point. No, I don't. Yes, I do. This will do this same thing. Maybe? Do I need to subtract one more? So there is an issue. No, because that is fixed, actually. The issue comes when an escape sequence is placed at the end of something that we are, like, crushing down, not crushing, like normalizing the size of. So we're cropping it, essentially. When it's at the end of something that we're cropping, it can crop the additional invisible character which isn't good. And I have it cropping based on visible characters only. But obviously something might be going wrong. So let's do something really stupid. It's not that. And it's also not these. Oh, because that still isn't correct. Maybe. See, no, it's getting cut to fit on the pretty looking terminal screen, but I don't want it to be cut off. That's a bad thing. Could do that, but that's really stupid and it's gonna cause issues. No, that doesn't make sense. It's also noticing that this. You're good. I'm just very skittish. We'll just put the line in, and we won't worry about anything else. And it still doesn't do it right.
I'm sitting so hard right now.
What?
I'm sitting so hard right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's pizza in the fridge.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Did I actually ever do a calendar? I did. Wait. Yeah, no. Well, no shit. This isn't working. Fucking Christ. Alright, okay. You know what? I want this to work this way. And to do that, I need to do. Alright, actually. That is almost correct. But I have to normalize the line. Is it normalize line? I actually don't remember if that's what I named the function. It is! And then I have to do self.width. Or no, I actually have to do self.child. You know, actually, these should already be normalized. All of these lines should be normalized, but they're not. aren't they? Is it adding spaces? That is. Kind of. In our views, it's. Oops, in our view. We have to do this. Why isn't it working? Fuck. How is this happening? Why is this not working? Okay, maybe we don't normalize the line twice. Because it could. No. It's like it's after the first. Because if we do this, we need to normalize it to our own height and our own width. Maybe. I lied. Fuck. I wonder if it has anything to do with the added constraints. It doesn't. So it has nothing to do with our constraints on the size. Why could this happen? I'm also gonna do -3 for funsies. This just doesn't actually react. Yo, still streaming.
What?
Still streaming, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah. You make some pizza?
What?
You make some pizza?
No, it was Charlie.
Oh, okay.
They woke up. Finally.
Hello.
Do you know if Charlie has work tomorrow?
At 7 a.m.?
7 a.m?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are they awake right now, then?
I don't think it's up to her. Can I come in?
Cool. Let's see. Why is this not working? Unless, like, the order of operations is just shot for no reason. In which case, I'm going to blow someone up with my gigantic nuts. It's not that. luckily. Why is... It also didn't add... Yep. No, that didn't affect anything. Why?
Charlie humbly requests a bit rate lowering.
Okay. I will probably stop streaming anyway. It's about 12 o'clock. I'm actually only streaming at like 2 to 5 kilobits per second. Our internet should be faster than that because I'm paying for... I just did the 6-7 thing. That's...
6-7.
No, like, the upload and download should theoretically be the same speed. And they are to the router. They're not to the outside world. Because our ISP likes to charge us $60 a month. Or,
For nothing.
yeah, for nothing. That's after they fucked us out of the last deal.
Fuck those guys.
Because they canceled our service when they couldn't detect that our hardware was working.
I'm gonna break into their data center and drink all the water in it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming so that way Charlie can get some bit right. And I'm a little bored anyway. Alright, I'll see you a little later. I'm gonna keep working on this. Hopefully I can solve the problem by tonight. If not, I'll go to bed because I have work tomorrow. So actually I might just go to bed.